Hi friends, welcome back. In today's session we are going to create an image gallery by using ASP.NET Core MVC application. We are going to design a page like this where user can upload their images into the gallery. So once the image is uploaded, we are going to display into the table like this. So here user can select the image by clicking on the choose file. Just I am uploading one image here. I have selected, click on the upload. That image will be uploaded and it's going to bind the image here. So we have provided two options to the user where user can download this image. If required, we can delete the image also. So we can click on download. So image has been downloaded. I am clicking on the file explorer. It has been downloaded to local folder. We can open it. So we can see the image. Also we can delete the image here. I am going to delete this image. Click on delete. This image will be deleted. The image is deleted. We are going to rebind this data again. I am going to create a new project. I am using Visual Studio 2022. I am going to click on create a new project. I am going to select the ASP.NET Core web app with MVC. Click on next. Here I am going to give the project name. I will name it as image gallery. I am going to store in my local drive. I can select the path here. I am going to select local disk demo. I am going to store my project inside this folder. Select folder. I am going to provide the solution name same as like my project name. I will click on next. Here I am going to use the latest .NET framework. So I have the .NET 7.0 is latest version. I selected that. I am going to create project now. Image gallery project has been created here. I am going to the solution explorer. Here we have to create a controller first. Expand the controllers. Inside this I am going to create one controller called image gallery. Right click on the controller folder, add, then click on controller. Here I am going to take MVC controller empty. I will click on add. Here we can name it our controller name as image gallery. You can give any meaningful name here. Click on add. First I am going to create view for image gallery. To upload the image we need to create a view. For that I will use this index action method. You can right click inside this index action method. Click on add view. Here I am going to use empty razor view. Click on add. So I will name it as index since we are going to use it for default page where we are going to display all our images and we are going to create our controller to upload the files. So I will make it as index.cshtml. I am going to click on add here. So this will create the view for us. So we are going to remove existing content whatever we have. Here we are going to design our view. First I will take one div here. Inside this div I am going to place two things. One is file upload controller and we need to place one button to upload the image. Here I am going to create a form. Here we have to give the action method name, it is index. Then here we have to pass the controller name. So in our case image gallery is our controller name. So I will copy it from here. So I am going to paste it my controller name. Then we have to give the form method types whether it's get or post. So here we are going to upload the image to the file server or the local IIS directory. So here I am going to mention as form method is post dot post. So we are going to post the image from view to controller. Here we have to pass encryption type whenever we are uploading any file or images. So we have to pass the encryption type. So inside this form we are going to create one div. I'll use the Bootstrap classes here. Inside this I am going to take one input controller where type will be file. I am going to upload the file here. I'll give the Bootstrap class for this also. I'll give form control. I'll give the name for this input control. So along with this input control we have to create one button. For that I am going to copy this, I'll use it here. So in this case input type will be submit, this is going to be button. So I am going to create one button here. Here name I'll give it as submit, and the value I am going to make it as upload. I'll save it. I'll run the application and we can see the output how it looks. I'll call the image gallery controller. So here we can change the button style. I can make it as and also columns I'll make it as 3. So I'll hard reload this. So now it looks correct. So here now user can select the file by clicking on this input controller. So we can select the file. So whenever user clicks on this button, so we need to upload the image. For that we are going to create one more action method here, which is going to be post method. So this method I'll make it as async. Since we are uploading images, so we can use the asynchronous method here. And here we are going to receive the file as input parameter. So I'll use the iForm file here. We will receive the file from our view. Here we are going to verify whether this file is empty or not. For that I'll use the if condition, file is not equal to null, then I'm going to store inside my folder, otherwise I am not going to store it. Else, so we have to write the condition here. So first, so whatever the images uploaded by the user, we are going to store inside our root folder. Here we will create a folder as uploads, so we can store all our images inside that. To upload these images, we need the path of this project. For that, I am going to declare one property here to store the root path. Here we can get it from path dot combine directory dot get current directory. So here we will get the root directory, that is this image gallery project path. Along with this, we are going to combine root folder, because we are going to store our all files at images inside this root folder. So I'll hard code it here. If required, you can configure inside our app settings.json. From there you can join this. This is my root folder. Inside this, I'll create one folder called uploads. So this is my root path where all my images will be stored. This is my root path where I am going to store my images. First we will read the images from this directory. So where we will get the list of images here. So I am going to get the image names in a list. Directory dot get file. I can use get files here. Here we have to pass the root path. This is the path we are going to pass it to get all the files. Then here I am going to use select. I need file names alone. Get file name, where we will get list of files from this directory. So once we get the images, then we are going to pass it to the view. We can make it as image names, because we are going to get the image names here. So we are going to returning all these images to the view. We will bind it there. So along with this, whenever user is posting the file in form of iForm file, we need to validate whether it's null or not. If it's not null, we are going to store the images. So here we have not created any folder called uploads. So while reading, we need to check whether the directory is available or not. So we are going to create directory dynamically. So how to create directory dynamically, we can check here. To create directory dynamically, first we need to check. I am going to create a directory here. First I'll declare one variable called directory exist or not. So here we have to pass the path of that directory. So this is going to return true or false. If directory is available, we will get as true. If directory is not available, we will get it as false. If it is false, we are going to create directory. If directory is not available, then create directory here. And pass the path. So like this, we can create directory dynamically. So first what we are going to do, here we are going to pass the root path. I need this uploads folder. whether this upload folder is available or not, we need to check it. Before creating directory, I am checking whether this path is available or not. If this directory is not available, then I am going to create dynamically. So now we are going to receive the file from view. Once file is not null, I am going to save inside the root directory called uploads. So whatever the file we are getting, so we need to give the unique name, because user can upload the same file again and again. So we cannot store duplicate files inside the file server. So for that we need to get the unique file name before saving into the folder. So I am going to create file name here. So I will declare as path. So here we have to pass the root path. Along with this, I am going to get the file name. So I am going to use GUID here for file name. I am going to make it as new ID. It will generate the new ID for us, and we have to give the file extension also. Get extension. We have to pass file.file name. So what it is going to do, we are going to combine this file name along with this root path. So here we are going to get the root path as uploads. So we can see this project directory name, then root uploads will come as root path. Along with that, we are going to pass this unique file name and file extension we are passing to that path. Now we can upload the file to the directory. So this is the same for images or files. Here I am going to use file stream to upload the image. So it is expecting path, then file mode. Here we are going to create the file. For that we can make it as file mode dot create. Here we have to pass await, since it's a asynchronous method, so we have to use the await for creating the file dot copy to async. I have to pass the file stream. Finally, once image is stored, we need to redirect to index view, where we are going to bind all the images. So once it's successfully uploaded to the folder, I am going to return to index view, redirect to action. Here I am going to pass name of, here I can pass index name. Also you can use like this, return redirect to so you can use like this. So you can use any of one, so both are correct. Suppose if this condition is failed, then I will pass empty view. Again it will be redirected to empty view here. Saved this. I'll keep debug point here, also in this index view. So before that we will create one nav item inside the layout.cs HTML, so that we no need to call our controller manually. We can create one hyperlink for image gallery. The controller name will be image gallery, I can copy it from here, and my action will be index. I'll name it as image gallery. This is going to be my nav item. I'll run the application now. This is our dashboard where we have created one nav item called image gallery. I am clicking on image gallery. So default we are calling our index action method. Here if you see, we have provided action method as index, that's why it is hitting here. I am going in debug mode. First it will check this root path is available or not. We will see what is the root path here. I will go to autos. So this is our root path. I am clicking on F10 again. So directory exist is false. I will click on F10. So it is, this condition is satisfied. So then now it will create the root directory for us. Here you can check, currently we don't have any directory called uploads. Now we are going to create directory dynamically. Now I'll go to Solution Explorer. Now we can check it here. This, right click on this root, open folder in File Explorer. So this directory has been created. So likewise we can create directory dynamically. I'm going to F10 again. So here we don't have any images, count is 0. Now we can select the image here and we can upload. I'll click on choose file where I can select the images here. I am going to select image. I'll click on upload. Now again it will come to this post action method. I am going in debug mode again. If you see, we have the file here. The file is not null. So then it's going inside this. We are getting the path here. So we have created one unique file name with the GUID. And we are taking the file extension here. So we are going to copy this image to the folder called uploads. Once it is uploaded, again we are going to return this page to index view. Again it will call here. This time directory already available, it will not create any directory. This time we are getting image count as 1. We can see the image name here. This is the image, and again we are going to redirect to our index view. Now we need to bind these images to the grid. For that I will go to index view, and we can see our images are uploaded into this uploads folder or not. So this is the image which we uploaded and it has been uploaded into this folder. So now we have to design our view to bind the images here. So I will go to here, I will put one break. So inside this I am going to create one div. I am going to use Bootstrap styles here to bind the images. If you want, you can use HTML table also. First we will get the images in the form of list. So I will create one model here, list. I will get the file names in the form of string. I am going to give one class here. I will use as container. I will take one code here. This font I want to make it as bold. I'll give card header as image gallery. This is card, it's not the card header. This is going to be card only. Inside this we are going to create one card header. Here we will make font as bold. So this is going to be header as image gallery. Inside this I'll show all my images. I'll create one row here. Here I have to check whether this model is having any data or not. For that I'll create one if condition. Model is not null and model contains any data, then only I am going to bind the images, else I am going to display as no images available. So likewise we can show the message to the user. If images are available, then we are going to create another div inside this. So I'll create for each loop here. We will be getting more than one image here. So here I'll get data from model and I'll give this is file name. I can move this div inside this for each loop. I'm going to use all Bootstrap styles. If you want, you can use any HTML table and you can bind all the images. Here I will take one alert to display the image. I will give the image source here. Here we have to pass the root path where we are going to store all our images. We are going to store inside this uploads folder. This is going to be my root path, and inside this I am going to get this image name. So this is my image file name. I can pass it here. I can define height of the images here. I'm going to keep it as 100 pixel and width also I can set as 200 pixel here. I'm closing this. So we will debug here and we will see how our output is coming. I'll go in debug mode. I'll click on F10. Here we have file, F10 again. It goes to the view here we have data, count is 1, it is coming inside our for each loop, and the file name is, this is the file name, and I'm clicking on F5, so it's binding as per our expectation. Margin top margin, I hope so. Margin top I'll make it as 1, and margin bottom also 1. I'll remove all the debug points here. I'll run the application. I'll choose one more file again. It's uploaded. I'll try with some other images here. So image upload is working fine. Next session we are going to add 2 hyperlinks here to download the image and delete the image. We can see these files are uploaded into our folder or not. So all the images are uploaded into our directory called uploads. In next session we will add 2 hyperlinks to download and delete the images. That's it for today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.